Honestly, the form has remained very, very terrible, but I have survived another month as manager of Everton. But finally, you'll be happy to hear I've started to make some changes tactically. Hello and welcome back to my FM24 save with Everton, episode 12. My name is Craig, and coming up on today's episode, two very, very vital clashes in the Premier League against Blackburn and Crystal Palace. Now, since you were last with me, yeah, that form has existed. 2 games back-to-back against Manchester United, absolute drubbings we got in those. Yes, we did beat Omanoia in the Europa League, but to be honest with you, with the Europa League, we should be getting through the league phase regardless. Famous last words. And then a narrow loss against Liverpool. Now, crucially, those last 2 matches, we did have a change of formation. 4-2-3-1. Yes, you'll see a 25-0 victory there. That was a friendly against St Helens over the international break. As you do. But the big games that I was having a look at, of course, Liverpool and Omanoia. Now, tactical-wise, it's not too bad. I'm going to show you the tactic in just a moment. Omanoia, I was hoping we would beat them anyway. Liverpool, we expected nothing, but we could have actually drawn that. We could have actually drawn that game. We had a goal disallowed because Udogie, who did score the equaliser, he was offside. So unfortunately, in the Premier League, that still leaves us in the bottom 2. I can't even remember where at the end of the last episode we were. Was we in the bottom 3 last episode? I feel like we were. But we've stayed in the bottom 3 regardless, with Newcastle, which is quite interesting, and the awful Wolves team, who have shipped about 28 goals so far this season. If I just show you the goals against, in fact, we're up near the top of that list as well. 17 goals conceded in 8 games. That's not good. How many goals have we scored? 5. 5 pitiful goals. That is awful in 8 games. Less than a goal a game. We are the worst in the league for that. Giovanni Simeone is still our top scorer with 4 goals, and then you've got Lemar, McNeil on 3 apiece, and then it's just Patterson and Xerxes. Now, Xerxes, I've not given much of an opportunity to yet. If Simeone doesn't start scoring, possibly in this game against Blackburn, he might actually be replaced by Xerxes. That is something I will probably do. Although I was considering going to a 2-striker system, but I kind of decided against it in the end, and favoured instead the 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. This one is about as played out as you can get, but it has actually worked against Liverpool. So we're going to give it a try again against poor old Blackburn Rovers. I say poor Blackburn, they are in mid-table. Where is... Oh, Lamar's there. So where is Campana? Because Campana, he has been improving like a demon so far this season. He played against Liverpool, and I think he played okay. Let's just have a look at the form. So, okay, 6.6. So, but he made a key pass. I want him on the bench at least. I think he'll be useful for us. Zach Steffen. Actually, I should point out this is still the beta version of the game, so I should probably leave Zach Steffen on the pitch. Campana's going to go in instead of Ghana. Udogie will go in instead of Sessegnon. I think that should be fine. So we got Bijlow in goal because Pickford is still out for another 2 weeks. 4 to 8 days. So he might be back for the Crystal Palace game. Udogie, Branthwaite, Solé and Kalulu at the base of the in defence. Onana and Krau at the base of the midfield. Lemar, Asprilla and McNeil across the attacking midfield. Asprilla is coming back from injury, which is why I want Campana on the bench just in case we need to swap him out. In fact, how long can he play? 60 minutes, he'll be fine. And Simeone is the man up front. Again, Xerxes, he is standing by just in case he needs to come on. He's started getting match fitness now, so hopefully if he comes on, he will start to perform. Because Simeone, I mean, he is our top scorer, 4 goals in the league from 8 appearances. He's got nothing, weirdly, in Europe, so maybe Xerxes will be our European striker. We'll have to wait and see. Might play him in midweek. But let's get into this match as Liverpool have just beaten Manchester City. They've just played each other in real life over the weekend, so fair play. We could have foreshadowed that result. Nevertheless, we go into this match needing 3 points. We've picked up one win. Yeah, one win all season so far, and quite honestly, it's depressing. I was expecting a little bit more from the league. I was hoping we would be at least in the top 10, maybe pushing for Europe, but I don't think that's going to be the case now. Marcelino is the Blackburn manager. A couple of things to mention. Firstly, I know this season was supposed to be about Europe, but as it stands, I don't even know if I'll still be in charge of Everton come the end of the league phase. So I think it's best for the moment we kind of hone in on our league form, or lack thereof. Secondly, you might notice from the view, the TV view is back. Oh my gosh, I was wondering what was happening there. Simeone has just put one in the back of the net, but I think he was offside. McNeil did have the ball. He thought he lost it. Oh no, Asprilla is injured. I mean, the goal's gone in, and we get to watch it all on TV view. Lovely. No, this one we can watch from behind the goal. But yes, TV view is back now that I can get my train of thought finished. And it feels good to have a old favourite back. Speaking of favourites, Asprilla has just re-injured himself, so Campana, I'm so glad we've got him on the bench. He can come on and have 85 minutes. We probably should have started Asprilla from the bench now that I think about it. Never mind, he served his purpose in getting the opening goal of the game. He has been a bright spark since he's actually signed for the club. He's quite energetic and he's got a lot of potential, but the injuries, he's picking up little knocks here and there, injuries that's keeping him out for about 2 or 3 weeks, which is not really helpful. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that to make sure it's not recurring, but it's certainly a good start to the game, all 5 minutes of it that he played. And it allowed Simeone to grab his goal, so he must have heard me say, if he doesn't score in this game, Xerxes will be the one to come in and replace him. I mean, he might still replace him for the Europa League in midweek. That's because I want to keep Simeone fresh for the Premier League matches at the moment. Half-time, 1-0. Very good stuff. Things are going well. Note you're capable of even better. But the big battle is not just on the pitch, it's also off the pitch as well. Trying to keep the morale up of these players. Good grief. It's been ebbing and flowing over the past few games. Ever since the Manchester United doubleheader, because they took 2 big beatings there and it really hit the squad. So I've been trying to praise them in their conduct, praise them in training, what else? Praise them after matches when they do play well. Anything and everything to just try and get this squad to actually play decently, because without that morale, we all know now from FM24, without that morale, you've kind of got nothing, which is a bit of a shame. Onana is looking very tired. It's 72 minutes on the clock, so I think we need to be making some substitutions. Oh my gosh, quite a few are tired. Campana is knackered. This is the problem with the gegenpress. Oh my gosh, this gegenpress. I might try and use it to get us out of the poor form, and then just see if I can ease it into something else. Makuta's going to come on for Onana. Tarkovsky's on for Branthwaite. Xerxes will save him. Dwight McNeil. Oh my gosh, who is he even going to go on for? Off for? Jamie Vardy can play there apparently. Huh. He can play as a Raumdeuter. Who would have thought? Lamar can go over to the right hand side. Yeah, he'll be fine there. Vardy at 1.5 stars on the left. That's really, really good, isn't it? Bijlo is not looking too happy. Why? I'm not particularly happy about that. Right, Tarkovsky's getting the ball forward here. Just leave it to Lamar. That's absolutely fine. Campana. Oh, he's been tackled, but Lamar taking the ball forward. Play it into the middle. Oh, you should have played it into the middle, man. Simeone was there. Why did you not do that? Right, we're getting some more highlights now. Makuta. How long on the clock have we had? 77 minutes. Campana. A second goal for us would make me feel a little bit better. Yeah, I'll take a victory any way we can. Oh, beautiful ball through to Vardy. And now it's Simeone. He has stuck one back in the net. And oh my god, these VAR calls. Disallowed. I feel like every single goal we have in the back of the net is constantly called for offside. Okay, I'll allow that one. Vardy was very much offside. But it's getting annoying at this point that we're just constantly having goals disallowed. It just says that the form and the luck has just been against us. Right, Dewsbury Hall is going to go off 4. No, he's not, because Krau is okay. Udogi is going to go off, though, for Sessegnon. No, I don't think we've seen Ryan Sessegnon in the league at all this season, have you? I mean, I have. He's played like 1 game, I think. But other than that, absolutely nothing. Don't know why player out of defence is on. Goodness me, what am I doing there? Transition as well, hold the shape. Slow the pace down. And just try and wear down the clock. Why is there 6 minutes of injury time? Lamar has also picked up a knock. Fantastic. My God, ball played all the way back to Kalulu in central defence. Lamar on the right. Come on, Simeone, stick one in. Oh, you're tall enough, man. Makuta plays it out to Kalulu. Just put one in the box, man. Simeone can get on the end of it. Or Vardy. Oh, no one, apparently. We go again. Makuta on the left this time. Just play the ball in. Never mind. Sessegnon. Krau. Lamar. Just wide. Well, not just wide. Saved. It is a corner. Lamar has picked up an injury, as I've noted, but he can't come off. We've got no more substitutes. So, play it short. Who's this guy? Campana. Oh yeah, I've had a look at my set pieces as well. I've just completely redone them. Oh, ref, he got taken out there, did Vardy, and well, that didn't help. No penalty. I've gone over my set pieces finally, and short corners are now one of them that I am using. And regardless of the fact that performance was less than convincing, we have won a game. Just keep the morale up. That's all that matters at the moment. Just picking up the points. And that shot us right up to 15th. Blimey. I'll take that. From the bottom 2 all the way up to 15th. That feels good. As long as we don't get a 10-point deduction, we're absolutely fine. Now, we are going to come back for the Crystal Palace match. We have a Europa League match in betweens, but I just want us to focus on the league for the moment, just to make sure we get out of this terrible form. So I'll see you on the other side of our European match. So in a sign of just how tight it is in the league at the moment, or certainly at the bottom of the league, we're back in the bottom 3 before we've even kicked off against Crystal Palace. A lot of teams did win, including Newcastle, and they have jumped ahead of us. Although crucially, our win against Blackburn last time out actually dragged them back into a relegation dogfight, which is good news for us. Obviously as well, we played in the Europa League since you were last with me, and we have beaten Slovan Bratislava 2-0 with a goal courtesy of Joshua Zirkzee. Very nice. And Kieran Dewsbury Hall, both of them started, very rare starts at the moment, since they've both kind of dropped out of the squad for kind of unknown reasons. I have no idea. I think I was just trying different personnel at this point. But they are both back for this match. They are both in for the Crystal Palace game because of certain injuries. Let's just quickly go through the starting 11. Pickford is in goal. He is back from injury. He should be able to do the whole game. Bijlow is on the bench just in case. A back four of Udogi, Branthwaite, Kalulu, who are playing well together actually, and Castagna, Onana and Krau at the base in midfield, Lamar left wing, McNeil right wing, Dewsbury Hall in attacking midfield behind Zirkzee. There have been a few injuries and suspensions that I forgot to tell you about. Nathan Patterson and Decore are both suspended because they both got sent off at the same time in the same match against Manchester United, so they're both suspended for this game. They'll be back for me in the next one. Correa is still injured. He's back in 3 days. Asprilla, we saw him get injured against Blackburn. He's out for another 5 to 10 days. And Simeone is injured. He picked up a knock in midweek, hence the reason Zirkzee is going to be starting ahead of him. That's not the button I wanted to click on. So let's go and see if Zirkzee can do the business in the league. I've already had a look. This is his first start in the league, which is kind of shocking considering he actually cost more than poor Simeone. I think he actually cost more than 5 times what Simeone actually cost. So hopefully we'll start to get a more goal return from Zirkzee if he's going to be starting games. The recent form looks decent, which isn't too bad. I'll take that. Certainly better than Crystal Palace, so I'm hoping that works to our favour today. But the fact that we've won in midweek as well is good news for the fact that our morale is starting to get better. But saying that, Crystal Palace on the ball early doors. Who is that? Who's that just charging around like a madman? That is McNeil. And they've got the ball in here, and of course they've scored early. It just feels like any time anyone comes near our defence, it's automatically a goal. And I don't really know what else to do about it. If you put stuck in on as an instruction, it doesn't do anything except make them act like thugs. But then as soon as they get into that position, it's almost like game over. I don't know what else to do there. Right, I did just make a quick tactical change in the instructions. I've just taken play out of defence off. I keep forgetting to do that before game. And also close down your position a little bit less often, as well as, what was the other one? I've completely forgotten. Lowered the tempo slightly, so tempo is still slightly higher, but not as stupidly high as before. Lamar, oh come on Lamar, don't be lazy man, get onto that ball quickly. But otherwise, we are just charging around doing absolutely nothing. What is going on there? Well done, by the way. Who's that? That was Onana. He's so underrated, actually. He doesn't get enough credit, but then he doesn't always play. That's why I keep leaving him out for whatever reason. Ball over to Castagna on the right-hand side. Plays it in. All the way over. Onana, just play it in, man. Oh, how did he save that? Oh my god, that was a great shot. I think that was McNeil. And that was such a good save. I don't know how Johnston did that. Honestly, have no idea. Castagna heads it down. Xerxes plays into Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall slots one in the back of the net. That's the goal we should have had a little bit earlier. And Xerxes gets his first assist, I think, of his entire tenure at the club. He's already scored twice, of course, both in Europe. I think in Europe? Yeah, both in Europe, which is fine. But now him and Dewsbury Hall, they're starting to get a bit of understanding between them, which I love to see. Europe and now in the Premier League. If they become the two players up front that we're going to be using. Sorry Simeone, looks like you'll have to take a bit of a back seat, but this is what we want. We want competition for places, and if that means our two strikers scoring because they're trying to outscore each other, then I am all for that. 5 minutes before half time, 4 minutes, sorry. Palace with the ball again. I would like us to try and win the ball back, but Brian Gill does have the ball, and that is a good save by Pickford. It's a good thing we've got him back in goal. Just taking his time with this, just trying to pick out the right person to play it to. I get nervous whenever we try and play it out from the back, I really do. Kalulu, Branthwaite. I've taken off that instruction. Play out of defence. This is just them doing this now. They're revolting. Not quite, but as much as I like to play out from the back, I'm very nervous about doing it against Premier League teams. So who's that? Lamar. I feel like Lamar is just not in form at the moment, but Correa is still coming back from injury. And Roberto Firmino, really? This guy is an ancient man. How is he still scoring? And we've gone 2-1 down, and that's all Lamar giving the ball away. He is just not on form. I feel like I should just play Lewis Dobbin instead. In fact, that's probably not a bad shout. We actually did play him in the Europa League, and he actually had a good game. He almost scored. Right. Show me something better in the second half. And do we have anyone on the bench to come on for Lamar? Ryan Sessegnon? Screw it, why not? Because Lamar is just not at the races today. Dewsbury Hall, is he taking a knock? He's injured. Oh joy. Right, Campana, you can come on. Is there anybody else? I forgot about Hershey. Oh no, James Garner. Probably save him for a little later on. So 2 substitutions. Let's see if that can go and make the difference for us. Otherwise we're just back to square one. Got the ball back. Alex Crowell over to Castagna. Getting a lot of overlaps on the right. And there is McNeil. Just convert these chances. We're getting the chances, but we're just not converting them. It is so frustrating. We can't exactly put Simeone on. Obviously, he's injured. Xerxes not having a bad game, though. But where do we go from here? James Garner is actually here, though. And he's going to go on for Onana, who is tired anyway. Udogi is tired, but Sessegnon is already on. Castagna. He can go off for Ben Godfrey. Screw it. I think that's the only thing we can do now. I think that's 4 out of 5. I think we can make one more. So it feels like we run for the ball and then we just seem to stop. I don't know why. Their goalkeeper is so far out, by the way. Goodness me. Had we won the ball there, we would have been in on an open goal. Granted, it's far away from goal, but still. Right, so Palace just pinging the ball around here. I'm not a big fan of this. Can we try and win the ball back, please, guys? We do have a high line on, so I don't know why we're not pressing. Yeah, high line of engagement. Telling the players to just step up a little bit more, but they're just passing it around us. Oh my gosh, I'm just fearing the worst on this one. Oh my god, off the post, and Kalulu doesn't know what to do. And McNeil just gets it out. It's probably not the worst idea at the moment. Right, come on boys, encourage, play for set pieces. I did go over all the set pieces, and we should be using them probably more often. Especially if we've got our big players on. We've got Branthwaite on, he's like the tallest player in the squad, I think. 100, hang on, no, it's in centimetres, so I don't actually know how tall that actually is. 6'5", something like that. Oh, come on boys, seriously. Campana as a shadow striker, maybe. What am I saying? Don't really have much choice, do we? Right, get up there. Mazzala on supports. Inside forwards. Let's just see if we can force an equaliser. Screw it. Ben Godfrey. Can't we go forwards? Dogi can. You can go as wing back on support. And what do we have here? Box to box. Screw this. I mean, there's less than 3 minutes left on the clock. I'll be amazed if we actually get anything out of this. And it just puts us back to square one because we're back in the bottom 3. So regardless, we're just not putting the chances away. We weren't good enough. Oh, back in the bottom 2. We are literally back at square one. Oh my goodness. All the hard work in the past week in this game completely undone. Wow. Okay, so we're still going to have to come back very, very soon. I don't see any other option. Who could we come back against? Preferably a team who is actually around us, because I don't think we're going to get anything against the likes of a Tottenham. Oh god, Man City, Newcastle. Look at that run in December. That might actually finish me off. No, Newcastle's actually around us. They're having an awful season. We'll probably be back in the next month and a half, depending on how well and how badly things are going. But we're going to have to put Europe to the side for one moment, because the Premier League is looking desperate. Bottom 2 again. At least I'm making changes tactically, but at the moment it just hasn't quite worked out yet. How's the dynamics looking? The morale's still there. The players are still okay. We'll be fine. If you have enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button, and make sure you don't miss whether I actually survive the season with Everton or not, because I'll be very surprised if they allow me to get relegated with Everton. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all so much for your support on the series so far, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.